Hey, so just want union members to be aware of what former Democrat Senator Rick Metsger is up to today. He's the vice president of Legislative and Public Affairs for something called PacWest Lobby Group. This is an email that I just sent. I received from Rick. And, now that he doesn't need your union money to run for office, it looks like he's found another job, bashing unions. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is about the disconnect. And just for context here, Oregon has a over $1 billion budget shortfall coming. And one of the things that's being floated out there to try to close that gap is to disconnect Oregon state tax from the federal tax. Currently, Oregon state tax is by law the same as the federal tax. But if we disconnect from that federal law, we're allowed to claw back some of the huge tax giveaways in the one big beautiful bill, tax giveaways to the ultra rich and to corporations who are just that one line item alone would claw back about $400 million. It's not going to close the gap, but it would certainly help. Unions are out there advertising, trying to pressure the legislature to disconnect from federal tax so that we can roll back some of these giveaways to the ultra rich. So Rick Metsger is out here trying to sow confusion in that. And look at the AI slop here Rick Metsger is now doing. Yay, unions. This is his betrayal of you. Now that he doesn't need your money anymore to get elected, look at this. Unions apparently are these big fat cats, evil grin, set in opposition to the working family here, charitably portrayed here. And then the poor Democratic politician in the middle deciding whether to disconnect. Look at what your money to his campaigns gave you. This is a classic example of a Democrat, now that he doesn't need you, going into lobbying for the bad guys. This is what he thinks of unions. And the rest of this email is just trying to sow some doubt on the solution and why the disconnect is bad. Another really bad faith argument that he uses is, yes, he confesses, there are significant giveaways for the billionaire class, but Oregon only has 3 of them. Well, the billionaire class, as he's defined it for himself, isn't the target of those deferrals. It's the ultra-rich and corporations. So it's not just 3 of them, it's many of them, and they all can afford the taxes that they have today, let alone not needing a huge deferral and discount that's coming their way thanks to the one big beautiful bill. Well, that's why we need the disconnect. This is such bad faith argumentation here. Yes, there are only 3 billionaires. No, that's not the sole target of the disconnect. There's going to be $400 million in deferrable tax cuts that we can avoid with the disconnect. That $400 million is not landing on the shoulders of 3 people, and even if it was, they could probably afford it. But nevertheless, it's being spread out by a large number of ultra-rich and corporations, including many out-of-state corporations. Guys, this is what happens to centrist Democrat politicians who don't need you anymore. Just keep that in mind. Start voting in and believing progressive candidates who will fight for you. That's all I got to say. Thank you.